What was that, like, bongo drum thing happening? Oh my god.
It's club time, because the number one thing that we're experiencing in this novel right now is joy.
Yeah, time to get pumped up because Keiichi my bar's on the case.
Wow, I don't even need to be here if you can do that voice that well.
I totally can. It's a good voice.
Oh my god,
Oh my god.
You're the perfect understudy.
I could do all the voices if I really had to.
If you get crushed by a skull, I'll take your plate. Wait.
No, hold on.
If I get crushed by a skull.
If you get crushed by the skull of Hamlet and or Yorick, then I'm in. I'm ready to step up to the plate.
Fantastic.
Oh my god. It hurts my brain. Ugh.
What, the voice hurts your brain?
A little bit.
Not your throat?
Not my throat. No.
Okay.
My throat's fine.
That's good. You have good technique then.
Thank you. I drank lots of milk before recording, so I'm ready to go.
I just realized that I've forgotten to unpatch the sound, so this entire recording has been soundtracked by multiple copies of the music.
Does that mean it's not usable? Or?
It means it's usable, but I'll have to do some editing trickery to make it sound like people aren't being...
I'm glad to know that we're both totally off kilter today and that nothing has gone wrong except for everything.
Nothing has gone wrong at all. So the last time we were here in Higurashi, everyone got off scot-free.
Yep.
Tepe started a new life working purely in charity. Mm-hmm. Sadako was free to go and rule the village as she deserved all
as
along.
The queen, yes.
Kasai and Rena ran off to commit crimes all around the country together.
You know what? If that's as long as they're doing crimes,
Keiichi
it's not
was
so bad.
Crushed by the falling skull of Hamlet and or Yorick.
And or Yorick, yes. Thank you. Maybe both.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do with two-headed mutants? Only a question
Excellent
that
question.
A Russian could answer. Anyway,
yes.
That was a very obscure reference. Alrighty.
That's what we're known for, is bringing the audience in with those deep-cut, obscure references.
Yeah.
So, Herds.
Yeah, what?
Now that we've gotten over the gag section of the show,
crap.
Why the fuck is this music playing as we've just had the scenes we just had?
Because we ended on the last note with Keiichi, he was like, I gotta get everybody really pumped up and ready to kick some butt. Some butt.
Oh, right. This was Keiichi.
Remember? Because we had the
okay.
really depressing, like, no, we're going to the child consultation center and Rika's gonna be an edgelord, and it was awful, and Shion's gonna murder a
The
bitch.
last thing I'm remembering was the tips. That's what I was confused
Oh, yeah,
about.
the tips don't worry about the tips.
Yes, okay.
But the last thing we saw in the actual story was that Keiichi realized, he said, I understand my place in the hierarchy. It is as the hype man.
I'm experiencing less tonal whiplash now than I was before you clarified that.
This music, it's literally the hype music, and it is Keiichi's shit.
I'd also like to thank the creators of my laptop.
Why?
Because the past couple of episodes, I will have had to have re-recorded the screen, as we have in several times in the past.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to let you know that I hate that.
I hate it too. Why do we even record at the studio? Who
because
knows?
it's nicer to record at the studio for every reason but the video.
It's awful.
And we'll figure it out one day.
I don't even have to deal with that problem, and I hate it. Anyway, I'm in.
Well, anyhow.
This is you, I believe.
I believe it is.
Sorry for interrupting your lunchtime, but can I have your attention, please?
Whoa.
My classmates looked at me with surprise. I stood at the front of the room and banged on the blackboard. I needed to get their attention.
At least he didn't do nails down it. You know, that would have been pretty obnoxious.
Pretty damaging, pretty awful.
You can listen while you eat. I want to talk about our classmate, Sadako Hojo. Everyone went quiet as soon as I brought up her name. They all knew how bad of a situation Sadako was in. Remembering what happened to her last year, they understood how critical it was that she get help as soon as possible. Everyone was thinking they wanted to save Sadako if they could, but they hadn't done anything because they didn't know what they alone could do. I don't think there's any need for me to explain what's going on with her. As you all know, Sadako's been absent for 3 days in a row. 3 days in row.
3 days in a row!
It's been 3 days since she got kidnapped by her uncle. He called the school and told them that she still has a cold, but I don't believe that. She hasn't even visited the clinic these past 3 days.
Yo!
My classmates think about this logically for a moment.
Yes.
If she's really that sick with... why would she not take her to the clinic for 3 whole days?
I was about to say the thing, but then I realized that YouTube demonetizes things for containing words now. Like coronavirus.
You better bleep that out.
I better bleep that out.
You better bleep that.
Finally, we'll be able to continue making the no money we've made on this show the entire 3 years.
I'm not saying that we literally have a deficit of money because of this show, but
we definitely do.
YouTube, you owe us money.
Do they? Do they?
Yes, because we bring people to their platform, we deserve compensation.
Okay.
That's how capitalism works.
I'm not sure.
If I had been brought up to understand capitalism correctly.
That's totally fair.
Thank you. It's hard to believe she's been sick for that long. Oh.
Is it? Is being sick for 3 days?
3 days? No, it's really not that long. But without seeing them, maybe.
Can I share a personal story, Herds?
Sure, always.
I
love personal
was
stories.
raised by medicos, so I have always been very aware of my own health and illness.
Okay.
So every time I'd get sick, I'd just take a full week off.
Nice.
And I thought that was like normal.
Yeah.
I thought that was just what people did. And my classmates would come back after 1 or 2 days and be like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, wow, they recovered really fast. Turns out they didn't. They just toughed it out while they're still in the recovery process.
Look, I'll be honest. Oh, this can get real personal, but I would always take way too many days off because I was like, I don't know if I'm still sick or not. I don't know. Like, I need somebody to tell me if I'm sick enough to go to school. I could not figure it out. It was awful.
I was very much the same. I probably took way too many days off, but I was like, this is the right thing to do. I don't want to get anyone else sick.
I didn't know. Look, I was very chivalrous too, but I could not tell you for life. I'd be like, Mom, Dad, am I too sick to go to school? And they'd be like, maybe. Unhelpful parents. Anyway, love it. Over the bits.
I don't think my parents really backed my decision, but they were responsible for me being that way, so I still am going to blame them.
Might as well blame them for something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She might have the flu, but if that's the case, she should be seeing a doctor. The whole class agreed that it was a bit strange. Everyone had been thinking the same thing inside their hearts. However, no one had really come forward and talked about it. This was a good start. Just think about it. Sadako is the healthiest girl in this village. She won't even get sick after eating food that's past the expiry date.
What?
But now she somehow got sick all of a sudden and missed school for 3 days? That's hard to believe, isn't it?
No, not at all.
The answer is simple. Her uncle is forcing her to stay home. He's reported this case to the Child Consultation Center. However, they're putting it on hold.
A bunch
I
of
literally
butts.
cannot turn this mic down low enough for it to not clip.
I'm ready.
I'm going to move it away from my face.
Better. Is that the mic that keeps falling off its stand?
It doesn't fall off its stand for me, but apparently everyone else who uses the
It
studio.
did for me. The first time I used that
Okay.
mic for a show, it like popped out. Anyway, point is, get better mics.
Her uncle is forcing her to stay home. We've reported this case to the Child Consultation Center. However, they're putting us on hold. We went there, but all they told us was that they can't talk about it for privacy reasons.
They shut their gates on us.
What do you guys think about all this?
Screw those guys. I mean, I think it's wrong. We all know how her aunt and uncle were treating her last year. Besides, Sadako-chan was living happily with Rika-chan. It's wrong for him to force her to move out of there and keep her away from us.
The sight of Rena letting her emotions speak for her when she was normally so quiet demonstrated most of all how dire the situation was. Rena brought an intensity to this that I couldn't, since I often yelled and shouted about things.
Pointlessly, I might add, yes.
Are we just going to leave things as they are? Sadako is our friend. She's our classmate. We've spent time together in this small classroom and we're like family to each other, even
right.
though I don't know 90% of your names.
I really only know like 4 of you, but that doesn't matter.
We learned together, we played together, we ate together, and we fought each other at times. We've spent so much time together that our relationship is as tight as a family's. Should we neglect someone who's that precious to us? Raise your hand if you want to neglect her. I'm sure none of you want to do that. No way. We must help Sadako.
Here's the thing. Even if you aren't as tight together as Keiichi says you are, when he says that you are, you believe the man. Because he is
Absolutely.
the magician of words. Mutter, 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 mutter.
The class was filled with commotion, which is exactly what I was looking for. The louder I talked, the louder my classmates got.
Damn right.
They were getting all fired up. The more I let my true colors show, the greater everyone's emotions became as well. Our club is already making its move. We're trying to figure out how we can save her. Did you know that, Tamada-kun?
No, that I did not.
Let me tell you what our plan is. Don't worry. It's not something illegal.
Yet.
We've learned from the village elders that if you want to do something illegal, all you have to do it is do it in a big group.
That's
and
it.
then it's legal.
Then it makes it legal.
So together, we are banding the entire class together, marching down to Tepe's house and murdering him all at the same time.
they can't take all of us.
They cannot take all of us.
It's all
and
right.
thus they will take none of us.
That's right.
And this, dear friends, is how we will get our happy times back
Yeah.
without ripping them away from ourselves.
And if they really want to convict Keiichi, we'll just all put on a Keiichi mask, and then when they ban us from the country, they'll have to exile all of us because we're all Keiichi.
That's
how
right.
that works. That's logic.
We'll run a social media campaign to get everyone around the country to put on a Keiichi mask, and then the police won't be able to tell who the real killer was.
That's it. And then the entire country of Japan will be exiled from Japan.
That's right, except for Tepe.
That makes sense to me. It's the only one without a Mars. Oh, poor Tepe.
We're trying to fight, but without breaking the rules. In truth, nothing is more effective in society than taking an orthodox stand. Playing underhanded and striking by surprise may seem more effective, but that's as significant as Jack in the Box. A real orthodox attack can punch through anything.
There you go.
Yeah, I've heard it. Even in karate, a straightforward punch can deliver the greatest impact. When you think about the physics of it, it's only natural a straightforward, simple head-on strike will hold the most power. We're already doing the right thing by saving Sadako. Therefore, there's no need for us to do anything underhanded to accomplish that. We need to fight openly. All of us at once attack his house.
Charge!
3 o'clock tomorrow.
So, who are we fighting against?
That's a good question, Akamura-kun. 3 points to that man in the back.
I'll take it.
This is a fight, true. However, we're not going to be violent with anyone. We're following the rules. This is the honest way to conduct a battle. Before we go any further, let me get back to just how we're going to save Sadako. This is the current situation. Sadako is there. Her uncle is locking her up inside this house. Apparently, she had no obvious injuries as of yesterday, but we don't know for sure if she hasn't gotten hurt since then. Besides, preventing her from getting to school is already child abuse. Words. Check this out. This is a brochure that Mion brought back from the Child Consultation Center. It's written clearly here. Keeping a child away from school is abuse.
Makes sense to me.
On top of that, her uncle left Sadako on her own for a year. That's considered neglect. Neglect also counts as abuse. However, the Child Consultation Center didn't even take that into consideration. They ignored the fact that he neglected her for 1 year, and they believe that she hasn't come to school because she's sick, and they ignored the fact that his face is the one on the brochure in the first place.
Did you know that if you open the dictionary and won't find the word abuse, you'll find Tepe's face in there? Did you know that? This is a very important point of this discussion, I think, that Keiichi will elaborate on.
Yes.
They concluded that Sadako is not being abused because she had no obvious injuries at that point. What do all of you think?
Screw that guy! Oh, Mayabara-san, this is a blatant case of child abuse, even though I know nothing about the topic. Just because she doesn't have any injuries doesn't prove that she's not getting abused. Ooh. Oh, I agree with him! How come they can't see it? It's so obvious!
From what Mion's heard inside their office, 2 or 3 days isn't enough time to determine if abuse is taking place or not.
Oh.
Apparently, they can only recognize it as abuse after it has continued over several months or several years.
That's too long!
She says they have to evaluate the situation very carefully.
Oh.
So what do you think about all that? Do you think keeping Sadako in that house for several months is a good idea?
No way! No! Screw those guys!
Exactly. Abuse. Absolutely. No way. The Child Consultation Center has no idea how much danger Sadako is facing right now. They don't know how terrible it was for her last year. That's why they're just putting her case on hold. What would you do, Tamada-kun?
I would raise my glasses. Sir, I think the issue here is that the Child Consultation Center isn't grasping the urgency of her situation. I think somebody needs to go there and explain to them how serious this is. Ooh.
I really hope of all of the scenes that the anime gets exactly the way I picture it in my head, it's this one.
I don't. Look, we'll have to watch it. We'll find out.
I want to see this scene.
I don't know.
I want to see this scene, Keiichi getting up on top of the desks and screaming to them. And then it cuts and inexplicably the desks are arranged like a courtroom. And Keiichi's up there with Tomita on the defense stand.
Look.
And then suddenly it switches and they're all dressed in uniform.
Let's be entirely clear here. Tomita and Okamura have been paid off to support Keiichi here. That's clearly what's going on.
Are you saying that there's bribery going on in this courtroom here?
Obviously. Keiichi knows what his young friends like, and he is willing to persuade them to support his case.
Well, it's a good thing that the entire jury is on the side of the bribers.
Yeah.
That's how we get away with crimes, as we've covered several times this
absolutely.
episode.
That's what it's all about. Right. It might be routine for them to wait and see what happens, but in Sadako-chan's case, that's not applicable. Her uncle was abusing her last year, too. He was taking out his stress on her. After the death of her aunt, he left Sadako-chan all alone and disappeared somewhere for an entire year. That ain't fair. That
know
ain't
what?
right.
Even if we have information that he disappeared because he tried to move in with his lover in Akinomiya, what was Sadako doing while he left her? She was fortunate because Rika-chan offered her a place to stay.
Yeah.
But what if Rika-chan wasn't there for her? She'd have no choice but to try and survive on her own.
Screw that guy.
Furthermore, We also know that he came back to Hinamizawa because his lover disappeared somewhere. In other words, she dumped him.
Damn.
Dun-dun.
Thrown under the bus like that.
Thrown into the river in dismembered and
Well, that's what happened
tortured.
to Rena, though. Oh, I see. That's the joke.
That's the joke.
That's the joke!
He had no choice but to come back to Hinamizawa. And he forced Sadako to live with him again.
Wow.
Her neighbors have seen her doing the laundry too. The reason he took Sadako with him is clear. He took her so she could work as his slave.
Well, that's a very provocative term there. I don't know if it's representative of the situation.
How could anyone do something like that? Is there anyone in this classroom that would call such a rotten person a parent after he spent a full year playing around with his mistress only to come waltzing back and throwing his weight around? He weighs a lot too.
No way!
Right! He's not her guardian, but the Child Consultation Center still calls him that.
Damn.
They claim they'd have to go through family court in order to take away his parental rights. Who has the right to decide whether he's good enough to be Sadako's guardian? It should be the court. It should be decided based on common sense. I can say this clearly. He is not Sadako's guardian. We need to make that clear to the Child Consultation Center.
Damn.
Child Consultation Center is the only organization that can help Sadako before she's physically abused. The police won't move unless it develops into a criminal case. Do you think that we're going to wait until Sadako becomes a victim?
We can't just sit around until that happens. That's why we're going to make our move now. We hit the Academy and Child Consultation Center yesterday. This is what they wrote down after we did. 5 classmates of Sadako Hojo made a visitation to request her protection. Do you know what that means?
Nothing.
5 classmates are not enough. We need your help. We need all of you. This is your chance to do something meaningful in your life. If you don't help us, you're not our friends.
Wow.
I think this counts as blackmail. All you have to do is support me. I'll do all the talking, and our club members are going to do all the fighting. We just want you guys to support us.
Stand there and do nothing.
If that's not enough, feel free to join the fight. Let them know the spirit of the Hinamizawa branch school.
Rawr!
Hiya, Barakun! What is going on?
Chie-sensei looked into the classroom, the commotion having attracted her attention. As soon as she tried to step inside the class, someone behind her stopped her.
Yo!
Principal!
Miss Chie, I'd like to have some tea. Would you mind make me a cup, please? It was a clear display of his intent not to disrupt Keiichi's speech.
Keiichi's speech.
Keiichi's speech.
Are you sure? There are lots of young children in the class. If they all go to the Child Consultation Center, how can we explain it to their parents?
Chie.
Harude-san, what is going on here?
Everyone is trying so hard for Sadako's sake. I can't do anything, so I need their help. But I can at least try to stop you from stopping them. Chie had never seen Rika staring at her with an expression like that. She was surprised to see Rika looking so determined.
Why would you want to... Oh, you.
Why would you want to stop them?
Principal!
This is splendid, isn't it? They should do what they can. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens.
The principal pounded his own chest.
Hey, fucking right I did.
Damn right. Chie-sensei couldn't object any longer.
I understand. Please make sure that no one gets hurt. You must follow the rules and mind your manners. You have to promise me that.
As a guerrilla fighter, you need to really mind your manners. Oh, thank you very much.
I'm proud of you, Miss Chie.
My students are teaching me many lessons. Yes, I've made my decision. My students are like my own children. What mother wouldn't want to protect her own children?
Damn right. Go with them. Support those boys and girls.
All right. Head back out as soon as you get home today and meet us at the Academia Library. The Child Consultation Center is on the first floor.
Yeah! Let's do it.
Wait!
Chie-sensei.
Sensei, are you going to stop us?
Coxgun.
Certainly not. I truly understand your passion. I'm going to support you as long as you follow the rules.
Yeah!
I'm coming with you!
What?
I'm going to Mordor alone.
Of course you are! And I'm coming with you
Terrible. Terrible.
to make sure you behave yourself.
Cheers,
Is that okay?
Cheers the Sam of this story.
That's right.
Yeah!
All right, here we go. We're all getting fired up.
And this microphone is still clipping, no matter how far away I put it from my goddamn face.
I think it's just the voice, dude. You just have to roll with it. Anime!
We headed for the library as soon as we got back home from school. I'd expected that few kids wouldn't show up, but surprisingly, everyone came along. I could just tell how driven they were.
It's time to do an anime.
It was also encouraging to have Chie-sensei there with us. I had to admit, I'd been feeling a bit guilty for dragging everyone to the consultation center. But as long as Chie-sensei was with us, I didn't need to feel that guilt.
You think he's gonna get his magic sword and just cut the consultation center in half? Is that what's happening here?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh my god!
Oh my.
My son, please come to the counter.
Hello, I'm Mayabara.
You don't have to shout. It's indoors. How can we help you today?
As I wrote on the registration form, we came to tell you about the danger Sadako Hojo is in.
Oh, I see. How many of you are there today? And how are you all related to her?
We're Sadako's classmates and her teacher. There are 27 of us.
Well, our consultation room is not very large. Can we ask just a few people to come inside as representatives? Then shouldn't you prepare a bigger room, like a meeting room? I believe you should be arranging a room for us, not asking us to adjust to yours. Snap in a circle. Please, just give us a moment. I need a change of track. This is too much. It's too much energy.
The receptionist seemed troubled. She told us to head back to our seats and started to make phone call to someone.
Someone higher up.
Good job, Renaissance. I consider myself a pro, and even I thought that threat was perfectly timed.
How? Are you trying to compliment me?
Renner's good at reading other people's minds. Sometimes she can use that talent against the enemy to intimidate them. But apparently she's not good at reading people's words.
Apparently.
A strange atmosphere permeated the office. It must have been the first time a whole class had visited on behalf of one child. It was as though we were here for a school trip.
Might as well be a school trip, eh? Oh my god, it's some new guy!
They have a name.
All right. What is this music?
I don't know.
Well, hello. I am Hariyama, the manager of this center. Please take a seat.
I'm sorry for bringing the whole class to your office. I'm Chie from the Hinamizawa branch school. We're here to talk with you today.
They're treating us so differently now that we had 5 times as many kids plus 1 adult and 27 guns. Instead of that small consultation room, they took us to a big meeting hall.
Damn.
Hariyama was dressed in a bulletproof vest. Others were behind the door ready to breach in case something went awry. On top of that, the manager was there alongside the lady from yesterday.
I'll let Mayabara can do the talking.
Wise choice.
Nice.
Chie-sensei sat down at the far end of the table. She was just here to look after us.
And maintain the guns.
Besides, like I said, we were the ones who were going to fight. It was fine if Chie-sensei just stayed there and watched us quietly. I'm Keiichi Mayabara. Nice to meet you.
Well, I've heard that yesterday you visited us with 5 of your friends to present your valuable thoughts to us on Satoko Hojo-san's case. Are you here on a different matter today?
I hadn't expected that they would start the conversation. What were they thinking?
Take the element of surprise. I don't like how ambiguous this feels. It feels like they're debating how to move, unsure if the fault lies with us or not.
Keiichi, you should clearly tell them why we came here and let them know that they're in the wrong.
Yeah, get him.
My friends were analyzing the situation behind me. I felt like I was having a meeting with the president of a foreign country. Actually, that wasn't far from the truth. I was sort of the prime minister. I was representing the whole class.
No! Keiichi, don't let it go to your head.
All right, let's attack from this angle then. Keiichi, tell them something like this. Got it?
Mion gave me her attack plan. This really is how Mion operates best. If she's weak on defense, then I can bear the brunt with impudence. While Mion issues perfect orders from behind. I took my friend's analyses and advice in consideration and calmly opened my mouth. No, first let me confirm something with you.
Oh, damn.
We've come here today to make sure that what we came to convey yesterday was properly conveyed to you. So I apologize if this seems rude, but could you please tell us how much you grasped from our conversation yesterday? It's alright if that just means we're reading a memo aloud. They became quiet for a second. It might have only been a short time, but the silence felt much longer than that. I could see the manager's expression turning serious. He thought I was just dealing with a social studies class, but suddenly his response changed to that of one of dealing with a protest group of local citizens.
Damn. From my understanding, we've acknowledged that you came to appeal that Satoko Hojo-san is in an extreme situation, meriting temporary protection from our agency, and that we should expedite our response. I believe that our staff at the time explained that we are not taking her situation lightly and are currently discussing the appropriate measures.
So, taking into consideration the fact that Sadako Hojo was suffering abuse from her uncle at this time last year, you still believe an urgent response is unnecessary?
Oh boy. Well, our organization has no confirmed records that Teppei Hojo-san was administering abuse at this time last year.
Something, can't talk about private cases, yada, yada, yada.
Mada.
What? What the hell were you guys doing last year? She was being abused by both her aunt and uncle. Please don't tell us you were only aware about the abuse from her aunt.
Normally, we don't talk about such private affairs, but under these special circumstances, I think it's acceptable to say.
See, I told you, Ben, the law doesn't matter as
Sure.
long as you have a lot of people.
It's true. People and guns.
Exactly.
And smartphones, hopefully, to set off the C4. We are aware that there was trouble between Sadako-san and her aunt Teme-san. However, we have no record showing that her uncle was also involved in the abuse. In fact, when we interviewed her neighbors, several mentioned Teme-san's slightly hysterical tendencies, but none ever brought up the name of her uncle Tepe-san. We believe that simply because his abuse didn't stand out under the shadow of her aunt's especially vicious nature. We do not believe that constitutes evidence that her uncle was not abusing her as well. I see. So you claim there was a likelihood that Tepe-san also inflicted abuse on the child after this time last year.
The manager and the staff beside him jotted that down with a pen as if to show that that was their first time hearing the information. This is why we came here today. We believe the Child Consultation Center doesn't have a proper understanding of her present situation. We believe you should be able to see how urgent this case is once you fully understand it.
I see. Well, we're taking that into consideration. Please allow us to do a more thorough investigation into Tepe-san. We mentioned this yesterday as well, but her uncle had abandoned his responsibilities as guardian for over a year. We received no response on this information yesterday, but what is your organization's opinion on this matter? Of course, our office is aware that Tepe-san was absent from his residence for a year, and we have interviewed him on that matter.
So what was his excuse? I mean, you can't talk about it for privacy reasons, but if it convinced all of you, it must have justified leaving her alone for a whole year, right? If you believe living with his mistress in Akinomiya is sufficient reason for abandoning his responsibilities for a full year, then we'd like to receive that in writing.
Damn. No. Is that what happened? He explained to us that he was forced to work away from home in order to raise Sadako-san, so this is our first time hearing that.
What the hell? They just believe that crap?
If it's your first time hearing that, then you should also know Sadako has been absent from school 3 days in a row now. While he contacted the school yesterday to say that she had a cold, the only hospital in the village, the area clinic, has no records of her being examined. What do you believe the proper response is for a guardian who refuses to take a child to the hospital when she's been bedridden with illness for 3 days in a row? Well, we confirmed that she was absent 1 day, but 3 days in a row is news to us as well. However, our social worker met directly with Sadako-san and confirmed that the child in question denies the occurrence of abuse. When we asked if she wished to continue living with Tepe-san, she answered in the affirmative.
So there's no abuse as long as she says so.
That's one of the more difficult aspects. Whether the child herself feels she is suffering abuse or not is a very important factor. It's much like the definition of bullying. While the bully may not believe they are bullying, it's bullying if the recipient, oh my god, believes it is. Bullying. So you can't do anything unless she admits that she's being abused and seeks out help herself? No, that's not quite how it works. Our organization investigates the child's environment, and if we find any problems that might harm their lifestyle, we take appropriate action to protect them. However, we don't believe Sadako-san's case has reached that level of danger at present.
No urgency at this point. That was exactly how the Child Consultation Center felt about Sadako's case. Our classmates who'd been watching the discussion burst into an uproar.
Get him!
How can you say something like that? What makes you believe she's not in danger?
First of all, Sadako-san denies the abuse, and not only that, she has no visible injuries either. Also, she is being provided with shelter, food, and clothes. We can't say that Teppei-san is not taking responsibility as her guardian. Both of them seem to have no complaints about their current living arrangements. We believe that we do need to further discuss Teppei-san's past, but unfortunately, we also believe that you and your friends are overreacting to the situation.
Overreacting?
Oh!
What the fuck? Why did you just bring in the guns? Bring in the guns!
Are you telling me that Keiichi overreacts to situations in which his friends are at risk of harm? I think that's true. Calm down, Keiichi-kun. Play a time for murder later. Let's not take it too personally.
I ripped out my headphones. I was like, why did the music stop?
God damn it, Felix. You're overreacting more than Keiichi is. So let's say something.
Calm down.
Yo, fuck.
I already said the line and everything.
Oh my goodness.
Let's not take it too personally, Felix.
Stop clipping the microphone, Ben. That's irresponsible.
I see how it is.
Damn it, why are they treating us like this? I think that we're only acting this way based on what happened last year.
I see. The consultation center was assuming that this year's cases and last year's cases were two separate issues.
Ugh.
On top of that, Sadako was denying the abuse entirely.
Teppei-san regrets the fact that he had to leave Sadako-san alone because of having to work for her sake. He promised that he would stay with her from now on and raise her lovingly. Bang!
I heard a loud noise. Someone
bang.
had just pounded the table.
A banging noise.
Everyone, including the manager, was
Goddamn
startled.
Shion.
I figured it must have been Shion,
It's
but...
not Shion. It's Rena!
And she has the eyes.
My girl stepping up to the plate.
It was Rena. Well, her face had turned as furious as a demon's.
Damn right it had. It's best for a child to live with their parents. There are things you can only learn from the love of your family. We've heard that Sadako-san was living with another minor for the past year and has not been living under any adults. This could greatly harm her future as she is a sensitive, growing child. I'm sure that in your friendship with her, you all believe she may be happy just that way, but could you please give Sadako-san and Teppei-san the opportunity to restart their new life as uncle and niece and watch over them kindly?
Weren't you listening to any of the things we said?
No, I mean, yes, but privacy.
You're saying you're not going to help her unless Sadako asks for your help. How is she supposed to seek help if she's being locked inside her house? She can't even go outside or make a phone call. How can she seek help? We came in her stead because she can't be here herself. But you're not even willing to listen to us.
That's not what we're trying to say. We will remember that over 20 of her classmates visited to talk about Sadako-san's case. We'll take what happened today into consideration when we make further decisions about her case. When are you going to make that decision? Can you guarantee us that Sadako-chan won't get hurt before that decision is made? If something happens to her, will you take responsibility?
If she gets even a single bruise on her body, you're in huge trouble. Shion-san, that's enough.
Please, tell us when you will make that decision.
That's right. How long is it going to take you?
Like I said, we need to take the matter seriously and make a careful decision. In order to do so, we will continue to meet with the two of them and investigate so that her and her father, I mean her uncle, can have a better relationship. Please, wait and see what happens for a while. We ask you to do so for her sake. So that's your response. You're saying that it isn't urgent even though we came here to tell you that it is.
I was starting to get lost in what they were trying to say, but Rena's words made me realize everything. We came here to tell them that they need to protect her right away, but they clearly told us that they didn't see any reason to do so.
We understand that there may be reason for urgency. We will take your opinion into consideration and make our decision. I hope that will satisfy you.
At first glance, it sounded like they were speaking humbly, but our insistence of the urgency to Sadako's situation was spinning their wheels. They had no intention of meeting us halfway.
Damn.
Right, they are officials. Plus, they have authority that can change the life of an individual like Sadako. Considering that, being a little overcautious and carefully deliberating matters wasn't the wrong response for them, and I would have understood that if it wasn't so personal. But in reality, Sadako had no time to spare. We could see that, because we understood everything. We knew how Sadako would reject me after I rubbed her head because of the horrible abuse she got from her uncle. That nightmare will come true in just a few days. In that nightmare, I knew that I should save her, but I just wasted my time. I wasn't going to make the same mistake. I had to make a move immediately.
Hibara-kun, did you say everything that you wanted to?
Yes.
For now.
That's it for today. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Everyone, please bow to them. Class President, would you take the lead?
Thank you very much.
No, thank you for your valuable opinions. Get wrecked. Get absolutely wrecked.
Absolutely
Club boys
destroyed.
just got thrown out by those awful officials with no souls.
Thank you, everyone. Be careful on your way home.
We all came back to Hinamizawa together and it was time for us to part. As the class president, Mion gave everyone the notice we were dismissed. However, everyone stuck around to talk about what happened today. We came back to Hinamizawa on our bikes, so we didn't really get to talk with each other. Now that we gotten off them, we finally got to say what we wanted.
This is the first time that everyone in the class has gotten together and fought for something like this.
Reminds me of the dam conflict. Everyone's feelings are united.
Damn right.
That's true. None of these kids participated in the conflict, even though they might remember it from when they were a baby.
It's time to throw rocks at cars.
But what we did was more polite than what they did in the dam conflict.
Yeah.
No one's bleeding and there are no bombs or riot police.
Yet. Unity is the best thing about Hinamizawa.
That's true. This old man's blood is boiling for the first time in a while.
The people in Hinamizawa all got together to fight against the dam project. Everyone working together as a team means a lot to the villagers here.
There's one person coming, 2 should throw rocks at him.
There it is.
If there are 2, 4 should do so. If there are 4, then 8. If there's 1,000, then the whole village should stand up and fight.
Yeah. What's that? A figure of speech? Or a literal one? There's a lot of rocks around here.
It's something our grandma used to say. She was trying to tell the villagers to band together and fight.
When there's one enemy, 2 should fight together, and when there are 1,000, the whole village should fight together. I see. She wanted the villagers to unite and defeat their enemies.
It means more than that. Uniting to fight together is one thing, but it also means the whole village should unite and fight for the sake of an individual. Its real meaning is that everyone should share that individual's pain and sympathize with them and fight for them too.
Wow. That sounds very similar to what's happening right now.
In other words, the battle that we're fighting now represents Hinamizawa as a whole. I see. That author, Ryukishi, is so clever.
Yes.
If only I could be as clever as him.
One day, Keiichi, if you eat your greens.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's all there is to eat out here. It's the middle of fucking nowhere. We can't get any meats. It's just greens.
Well, I
greens.
hear there's cauliflower and
greens.
broccoli, so...
But cauliflower is green out here. That's why we can't tell the difference.
I see. That's why I can't tell the difference between cauliflower and broccoli.
Because they're just the same vegetable
That
here.
makes sense. That makes sense to me. Terrible. Absolutely
Cauliflower
terrible.
exists.
Oh my god! The awkwards are coming back to haunt me.
Everyone supported me not because they are impressed by my speech, but because it's their nature to unite like that.
Yeah.
The classmates were all sticking around and discussing the issues surrounding Sadako. For some of them, this was like a return of the dam conflict, and also a big chance for those who never experienced it. It almost felt like a festival. Most of them thought that we didn't make much progress today, though.
Marasan. So their conclusion is that they're not going to save Hydra-san, right?
Their answer wasn't that bad, but you're right in the sense that they will watch her suffer.
Oh, I live close to him, so I know what kind of guy that uncle is. Oh, he's not normal. Where's his really tacky shirt?
We figured out that the people at the Child Consultation Center don't understand anything, but they can't just give up after today either. Tamada-kun and Nakamura-kun seemed serious. They weren't just supporting me. They wanted to make a move themselves.
I love them. We're going to work really hard to save Hojo-san. Yeah! Oh, I'm super into that. That sounds great.
It's hard to believe that these are the same innocent kids who are always running around the school. I'm really happy to see them so motivated. Of course we are. Sadako is our friend. We are going to save her, so please lend us your support again.
Oh, no, my son. This is our responsibility as our classmates. We're not fighting because you're asking us to. We're doing this because we really want to.
I'm impressed to hear that from you, Tamada-kun.
Oh.
Shall we go there again tomorrow?
I don't think we should take any days off.
Consistency is important. I agree with Renaissance.
Who needs school?
It's only going to end with the same result if we go there with the same people again. I think today was more effective because we were there with more people.
If only we had more people somewhere. Oh my god. Then shall we go there with even more people tomorrow? Shall we?
Rena turned back towards everyone as she spoke. We all understood what she was trying to say. Not all children from Hinamizawa go to the Hinamizawa branch school. Around half of them go to the school in Akinomiya. Those children are not our classmates, but they're still our friends from around the neighborhood. Hinamizawa is a small village, after all. They know Sadako as well as we do, and they also know what's going on with her right now. Rumors spread around the speed of light in Hinamizawa. I can tell that by now. Everyone in the village knows about my embarrassing history of undergoing punishments.
Damn right. And I'll use that.
I'll talk to Daisuke when I go home. Oh, I bet he'd come with us. Oh, I'll call my friends when I get back home too. The school at Okinomi isn't that far from the library.
That's a good idea. I'll try and get more people too.
This is turning out well.
Yeah.
I think we can get at least 10 more people on our side. I'll try reaching out to a few of the old members of the kids club too. I think I can get at least 3 of them to come with us. I'll ask my friends from cram school too. But none of them know about Sadako or her situation. They're just friends of mine, so it'll only be about 4 people.
Still more bodies. Let's go.
You think it might be difficult to get other adults involved?
The people on the town council don't want to have anything to do with the Hojo family.
Because what happened during the dam conflict? How about older people? Can't you get old people on our side, Rika-chan?
Well, older people are bitter towards Sadako.
People who believe in the curse of Oyashiro-sama really think the Hojo family deserves what they get.
So we can only get more children, but no adults. How many of us will there be?
But to conscript as many kids as we can. At this rate, there can only be about 17 more children.
Including Keiichi's parents and my father.
Oh, definitely children, yes. I don't know if they will all make it, but hopefully there'll be more than 40 of us. 40 people? Oh, I'm impressed, Keiichi.
You think 40 is enough, Rika-chan?
What?
I grinned and tapped Rika-chan's chest. It's not enough. 40 is not enough to knock out those stubborn people. We need at least 20 more.
I'm sure 60 people would intimidate them. But where can we get that much help?
You have no idea. My name is Keiichi Maebara. If I say I'm going to accomplish something, I will.
I'm a bit scared because I think I know where he's gonna go. Anyway, let's just, oh, here we are.
I can't say I'm surprised, but I also only saw it coming about 1 line ago.
Oh god, I'd forgotten about this. All right, here we go.
Just when I was starting to vibe with the story.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It's Kameda-kun. He's a good guy.
All right.
He's a baseball player. You can't hate him.
So that's the whole story, Kamada-kun. We're going to launch our 3rd attack tomorrow evening. Will you help us?
I don't want to reject your request, Kei. We ate that jumbo parfait together. That was our vow as sworn brothers. I want to help you, Kei. But tomorrow is not a good day.
What? Why is that, Kamada? You can't lend a hand to this poor innocent girl. Where's your pride as a 2-dimensional warrior?
What?
You deserve a beating. Clench those teeth.
Wait a minute. Kei-san, please listen to me. I would help her if it wasn't tomorrow. Of course, I love blank-chested blood schoolmates, and normally I'd be happy to even lick Sadako-chan's socks. But I just can't tomorrow.
You bastard. Tell me, Kamada. I'll knock at least 3 of your teeth out if you can't make it because of your parents' funeral.
I can't come tomorrow because tomorrow isn't set fiesta here at Angel Mart.
What did you say?
It's the dessert fiesta, Kei-san! It's the dessert fiesta of Angel Mart! Oh, it gets bonus points for using the hiragana for fiesta! I actually wanted a admission ticket. I'm not going to hide anyone but you! Let's go and pick out on those sweet girls, I mean cakes! Ah! Oh. Yeah! I think I already made those sounds. Please, Kei-san! I will help you the day after tomorrow, so please, let me go to the fiesta tomorrow, please, I'm begging you! Ah!
Keiichi, I think you should let him go for tomorrow.
No, I can't. I can't let him go. Kamada, you've dared to weigh cakes against a real little girl. You only gain the right to eat cake when you can save the girl. For starters, you don't have any understanding of how good Sadako is.
Oh my god.
Listen, Sadako's charm is that which seems sun at first glance, but as soon as you set off her flag, she goes dere. She's a classic tsundere.
Oh my god.
You should understand that the greatest appeal of a tsundere lies in the gap between her sun and dere. Normally, she's all sun without an ounce of eroticism. But once you flip her switch, suddenly, she's a dere. That gap between her on-off states is her charm.
The moment when you flip that switch.
She's just like the first and last half of Higurashi's blood itself. What? In other words, Sadako is the true Miss Higurashi.
What?
On top of that, she's added the spice of little sister element that's growing standard now, as well as being a Soge. She's the new generation of heroine with a perfect level of rebellious spirit, making her a grand descent into this world of overflowing romantically independent heroines. You want to know how amazing her advent is? She's an incredible blonde princess alighting in an open field, but she's not a goddess, so don't go spouting upload, or pass, please. If you can't understand her appeal, then fuck!
Read faster.
If you don't understand her appeal, then what are you? Where's your pride as a 2D warrior? What? Would you dare to say you're moving to fake 3D now with the increases in polygon count? You're a century too early! Our progenitors from the age when heroines were displayed in 256-bit with 8 colors, they found love and more there, involving their emotions!
You're still gone.
Into an even higher dimension!
God damn it. Keiichi! I love Keiichi. Have I told you how much he is like my favorite fucking character?
Oh.
He is my spirit animal. This is literally me when I'm like playing a game like I just gotta get everything. I gotta keep going.
Benny's still going.
I know he's still going. You gotta read this.
I'm gonna have no voice. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Fuck.
None of that was to escape into the 2D world. It was an evolution of love derived from their love of real women. The statue of Venus and the Mona Lisa are all the epitome of our progenitors' feelings of Moe. By the way, I think the girl with the fewest pixels was Kei from Draga.
What?
Young people nowadays probably can't even tell she's a girl. Oh, by the way, the princess of Dragon Buster was also amazing. She was wearing a short skirt and a crown, and she had a scepter. She even changed to a swimsuit and a bunny girl outfit. Am I the only one? Yes, we 2D warriors search for the truth behind those walls of pixels and polygons, seeking their true form. So how could you say that you would choose those pixels and polygons over a real little girl that exists without those walls between you? That proves you've lost sight of your goal and settled for half measures. 2D warriors do not deny the 3D. They're a new generation of 3D warriors who love 3D even more, trying to express it in detail through 2D symbols. Through calling it 2D is bad when it's elevated above 3D. Fuck! It's still going.
I know.
It's not even in here! What the fuck? It's not in here!
It's not even in there!
I just added another line from the last page! Oh my god! Anyway, all I want to say...
What is this bullshit?
Which console is going to get Resident Evil and Metal Gear? By the way, the new Dead or Alive is coming out too, right? It's true that Zack is made out of the same number of polygons as the female breast!
That is true! Dead or Alive has jiggle physics.
Fuck!
Oh!
Oh my god!
You're right.
It's not even here either!
I know.
It's not updating, I'm sorry, that's you!
That's me
Fuck.
talking.
Oh my
All right,
god!
you take a breather while I say this line.
Oh my goodness!
It's okay. I'll put extra emphasis on this so you have plenty of time to corroborate yourself. Because it looks like you're a little bit all over the place. You seem exhausted. You seem like you need a holiday.
Ben, I just want you to know
Yeah.
that somehow my throat is not in excruciating pain after that
Nice.
ordeal.
It's because of good technique
It's because of good technique.
and a lack of milk.
I'm sorry. Oh, I was wrong. What was I thinking? What have I done?
It's okay, Commodore. Mistakes are there so you can realize you made them. You just realized your mistake and became a better man. Take my hand. The door to the next millennium is right in front of you.
Anime!
Keiichi-kun and Kamita-kun seem to be having lots of fun. I have no idea what otaku shit they're talking about, though.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't understand. You're talking about 2D and 3D,
You're
guys?
supposed
What's
to
it?
be the progenitor of my dreams, and
What?
here you are, not even knowing what you're supposed to be.
What is a 2D girl? Is there some kind of edgy thing? I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. What are they talking about?
Don't bother,
Wheels.
I got it, Kay. On my honor as a man, I will help you save that girl. They have dessert fiestas 4 times a year, so what if I miss one of them? It's not a big deal.
He seems. Hold on.
He seems so down.
Oh, he seems so down. Meep.
By the way, Mian, you said you were going to give me 3 years worth of dessert fiesta admissions as a reward for the auction, right? I'll give you 1 year admission if you help me, Kamada-kun.
Could you have led with that? Like, if you don't go tomorrow, I'll give you a year's worth of it.
No, thank you, Kay. I am a man. I'd be ashamed of myself if I was saving this girl because I was getting
No, because
a
you see, this is a
reward.
character moment for Kamada.
It's true. This is the moment where he realizes what a pervert he is.
Exactly.
Shi-chan, you think we can do something for him, do you?
How about this? I'll remove his name from the blacklist.
What? What? Blacklist? What's that?
Normal customers don't know about this, huh? There are customers that cause trouble in this restaurant sometimes. Whenever they do something wrong, their names get written on the blacklist. Once their name gets written down enough times, they're no longer allowed to enter the restaurant.
Stop it now! I'm an angel, my master. I would never behave so unmannered as to get myself on such a blacklist.
You touched the waitlist improperly twice, called a waitress
Oh.
just to talk with her, and sold tickets outside of the restaurant.
No.
You'll be forbidden from entering after one more transgression.
Oh, I'm wounded. No way. Oh, I can't believe this. That's horrible. If I can't come to Angel Mart, I'll have no reason to live.
However, I'm impressed that you're so willing to save Sadako. I'll erase your name from this list as a reward.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hey, Mi-chan, does this blacklist really exist?
This old man has no idea.
Probably not.
Kamada-kun, thank you. Let me know if you can get a ticket for the next dessert fiesta. I'll invite you.
Okay.
And then they hugged, and there was a sound effect for it.
Yeah. Then they kissed.
We reaffirmed our strong friendship.
Nice. Best ship, Keiichi X Comedy.
I'll see you tomorrow. Oh.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll bring my baseball team members with me.
I would give Rikishi a point if it weren't for that last scene, so I'm going to take a point
It's all right.
instead.
I think we're okay with that at this point. I should be able to get at least 10 people. It sounds like your uncle's a really crazy guy. Would it be faster to just kick his ass rather than going to the child consultation center?
Can't do that, otherwise he'd take revenge on Sadako-chan. Unless he's dead.
I see. No, it's you, isn't it?
It's me. I see. Of course, we can't commit murder either. All right, let's do it the right way. We don't want to get arrested by the police.
10 people is still not enough. Think you can get more people from somewhere?
You need more people, huh? Let me take care of it. Ah!
Kamada grinned at me, then suddenly stood up and shouted.
Here we go. Time to get the perverts.
Hey, you guys, you heard everything, didn't you, you eavesdropping motherfuckers? For those who have a ticket for tomorrow, I'm not going to force you, but if you're free, give us a hand.
Everyone in the restaurant looked at him. There were a lot of people around. The dessert fiesta is tomorrow, so it shouldn't today have just been a normal day.
Well, you're not wrong, but the people who missed out on tickets to the dessert fiesta are here today. Oh, Shinsu Keiichi?
I don't know.
Well, these guys here are regulars. I don't know their names, but we see each other all the time in this restaurant.
I think it's Kamada.
What do you think about his story, guys?
I think we got that entirely backwards.
So it
It's
doesn't matter.
unclear, so we should
Doesn't
take
matter.
5 points
5
from...
points for that. Facts.
The longer I listen to it, the more upset I get. Isn't that right, my comrades?
Locking up a real girl, I want to do that. I mean, I can't allow that to continue.
Oh, punish any guy who can't be nice to a girl.
You can't do it as much as but it's acceptable to the real one.
Tell us to go with you, Kay. We admire your hunger.
The enemy squadron is prepared to enact a rescue operation. Please give us your order to attack.
Oh, this is, oh my God, Operation Sadako, your mission.
I
Oh,
think
that's
it's
you.
Kate.
That's you.
This is Operation Sadako. Your mission starts tomorrow evening. Make sure your clock is on time and your will is written. This may be the day you die.
All right.
So there's so much clipping going on in this episode. I'm so sorry.
This is the one episode.
I
that will go
literally
down
cannot
infamy.
turn the microphones down any lower.
This is it. This is the day that we actually die at this episode. All right, is this Kameda or is this Keiichi?
I'm sorry, you guys.
Okay.
Thank you for your help. You don't even know her.
Oh, we can't have had no use because of a tiny thing like that.
Besides, we know very much about Princess Satoko. My fellows and I adore you, indulging in the warm sentiments that fill our hearts. When the young lady feels there's a bit of cream stuck to her chin. That's gross as shit. Therefore, this is a personal matter for us as well.
All right, you guys. I'm going to rely on you.
Ooh.
You seem like reliable, well put together individuals.
Yeah. All
You need to
mentally
back me
there.
up, okay? Be ready to fight tomorrow evening.
It's awful. This entire scene. Yeah! Kei! Keiichi-kun is such a popular guy, I think.
He's popular with the town council, too. Seems to be popular with the most unexpected places. Lots of other people seem to respect him, too.
For what reason, I do not know.
I completely agree. Some of the waitresses here are also concerned about Sadako. They said they want to come and support us when they're off.
Oh, that's good. Wow. I guess we have about 60 people now. About 3 of them being upsetting people of the community. But anyway, we might get even more than that. So, is this the power to defeat fate? Ominous line from Rika there. And we're out. And that's the end. Ugh. Lots of yelling was done.
I can't wait to just have to come back in and re-record this entire episode because there was so much yelling going on.
Guess we'll find out.
Ah, goodness me.
That's it. That's it for the episode.
Well then,
thank you for joining us.
thank you
the
for joining
screaming
us.
match of the century.
Wow.
Oh my God.
What a
Please-
fucking
I don't know.
episode that
I
was.
was gonna say,
Oh
what do we
my
have to add?
God.
What can we add to that?
I don't know. It's like,
It was a lot of energy there. I like getting to see Kameda-kun again. I could have used a lack of comments from everybody else.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was completely insane.
Well, anyway, it was fun. That's the main thing.
Ah, man.
Angel Mode scenes are a blast.
I'm just curious because Ryukishi seems to have set it up such that when they arrive at the Child Consultation Center, the first question they always ask is, what is your relationship to Sadako? So what the fuck is the rest of the village gonna do when they show up? Just be like, oh yeah, we were just bribed into coming here.
Yeah.
We were offered dessert.
Pretty much. I mean, what else can they say? Like, we're citizens of Hinamizawa or something, although some of them are
I'm
from
just
Urbanomia,
curious if
so,
it's
like,
actually setting up a plot device or whether Ryukishi is just having a gaffe.
I think he's doing both. Let's be real here.
I mean,
Let's
it would be
real.
very Ryukishi of him to do such a thing.
Oh, God. Ryukishi, you're way too otaku for this world. I'm glad that these tendencies are at least a little bit curbed in Umineko.
Yeah.
Although, holy shit, that was like an insane view into what I assume is like the exact mind of Ryukishi.
Yeah, I hope not. I really hope
Oh
not.
my God.
I'm a little unsure as to how I feel about that entire scene because on the one hand, it was very fun to perform, but the subtext of the scene is like, what the actual fuck is this culture?
It's otaku culture, dude. That was it.
I know,
like,
but it's
that entire discussion was like, is it more like it's like a meme, right? Where you're like,
we
who
broke
needs 3D girls when I got 2D girls?
we basically
And Keiichi's
broke the
like,
fourth wall
he's gone ham.
to say that objectifying people is a good thing to do.
And Sadako is Miss Higurashi as well. That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
That is
listen,
a
I'm surprised that
ridiculous
you're
line.
not more furious about the fact that he didn't label Renner as Miss Higurashi.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We know that Sadako is labeled as Miss Higurashi here, But this is really only to rile up the crowd and
I
get the
see.
plot moving. We all know who Miss Higurashi is because of all the goddamn cover arts, which almost exclusively feature Renner at least.
Curious.
Yeah.
Well, at least this makes Simon Brett's A Decent Interval seem less creepy.
It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to learn from that. When's this going to come out? Like literally a year after that?
I don't think so. We aren't that far away, are we?
You know what? You're right, actually, because we recorded A Decent Interval a little bit early, and this has also been recorded early, so maybe it'll line up perfectly.
Whoa, are you saying to me that our episodes of Death of the Reader aren't live?
I would never say such a thing, but if they were, then these should line up pretty well. So that'll be a mystery for you to solve. Good luck.
Oh my God.
Cut this.
I'm not cutting any of this.
What a terrible, terrible game.
I feel like I want to say more about this episode, but
What do you need to say? I think it spoke
I'm
for
just
itself.
genuinely disturbed.
It literally spoke for itself.
I am speaking in Keiichi's voice as a defense mechanism for how uncomfortable that entire ordeal made me.
Literally spoke for itself. Like,
Oh my God.
yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't have anything else to say here. Just that was it. That was the madness that not only Higurashi can pull out of his brain hole, but also that Keiichi is embolic of. Embolic? You know what? I'm sticking with embolic. He's ambolic. Maybe ebolic? I don't know, dude. It's not symbolic. It's not the word I'm looking for. Anyway, point is, he's mad and he needs to be locked up.
Oh God. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure,
Yeah.
and we will see you all next time.
Next time for more madness.